Hi, this is Joy Kaufman with Farm Stew, and I want to tell you a Farm Stew miracle story. In fact, I want to introduce you to a Farm Stew miracle story, Karissa Ziegler. So Karissa, you've been knowing about Farm Stew for quite some time, right?
Yeah, I think I heard about Farm Stew close to when Farm Stew started.
And your mom got involved first?
Yeah, so my mom was really excited about it, and she said, this is something I want to support. I love how they're training local people, but I wish Chris could be involved because she would love this. And this is right up her alley. So my mom did what she could do, and she started donating to Farm Stew.
So then I reached out to the church, and I asked if I could speak at your church at one point and shared there, and we didn't meet there, but...
No. Because I wasn't there. I was in Cambodia, actually being a student missionary for a year, and while I was there in Cambodia, I was seeing how Farm Stew could help, and I was just getting more excited about Farm Stew because I was still watching what Farm Stew was doing and getting newsletters and emails and thinking, this is cool.
Yeah, and by the way, she stayed in Cambodia during COVID, which I'm very impressed with. And yeah, so you saw the practicality of it, and then you came home and you asked when we met at Agra last year what you could do, right?
Yeah, I said, hey, do you have interns? Do you want me to volunteer?
And at the time, honestly, I didn't have a good option. But lo and behold, we got together back at right before ASI. She came to our training class at the Heart Village, which we're going to have again this year. We're very excited. 3 days right before ASI National. And what was that like?
That was a really cool experience. It's really like a little village that tries to simulate third world context. And so it was something that I thought was really cool just to have that environment and a lot of cool training.
Yeah. So we like did garden layout and learned tropical, vegetables and that kind of thing, and checked out different latrines. That's the really exciting part. Solar cook stoves, all that kind of good stuff. And at the time, again, she was like, could I get involved in the U.S.? And I was like, I don't really have a good way. Lo and behold, I moved to a farm in Colorado the week after this ASI event, and within a month, Chris and I started texting, and I thought, you know what, I think God is doing something in Colorado. So what happened then?
Well, I asked you, you had told me that you were moving to Colorado, and since I already lived in Colorado, I was kind of interested, so I said, hey, what's going on? And you said, oh, it's a really cool place here where I moved, and I have small ideas about this. And then you started telling me what the ideas were, and I thought, this is not small ideas, this is really big.
And I was like, yeah, but I need people. I can't just have ideas, I need people. And praise be to God, Karissa is our first ever Farm Stew farmhand. So she signed up for a year to be an intern / volunteer with us. She's living up on the farm. What do you think of the environment where you're living now?
It's a really cool environment. It's a lot of community. Just very close community and friends.
And surrounded by what?
Surrounded by mountains.
The mountains I love.
It's a really beautiful location.
Yeah, and anyway, so we're launching some training classes in March, and we're really excited. We're going to do it virtually also afterwards in April, but in March we're inviting people to come to our 2 weeks. There's 2 options, 1-week class, and people are going to learn all sorts of things, like what are they doing in the hoop house next to my house?
They're growing spinach and lettuce, like even now in the middle of winter. They'll be learning, during the program, they're going to be learning things like bed prep, tilling, and measuring out beds, things. And all really, of the basics of gardening, really, how to start a farm.
And market gardening, really, how do you do this? How do you pull this off and make money doing it? So we want to use this to train church members so they can go out and train other people in their communities, start gardens, start community projects, and use what the Word of God has taught us about agriculture to reach people with the love of Jesus. That's basically the gist, and we're excited to invite you to join us either in person in Colorado or online. So, any last words?
I hope you get to come.
Yeah, thanks Karissa for being with us and making this little dream become a big reality. So God bless. Bye. Thanks for watching.